Good day, everyone. My name is John Vijitagoy, and I'm the first reporter of Group 5, which is measuring guest services effectiveness is critical. A variety of methods are available to measure the quality of the service experience. The method differ in cost, accuracy, and degree of guest inconvenience. Selecting the best method requires balance the organization's strategic goals and the cost of achieving them. The balance upon the information needed, the extent and precision of the research expertise required to gather and interpret the information, and the availability of funding. So, measuring customer services effective enables your company to improve whatever is going well and make amends for whatever is not before customer satisfaction level drop. As pointed out several times in the past, if customers do not complain, it is not an indication that they are happy with your company. So next, employee awareness of management strong commitment to service quality. So confident in employee judgment to correct service problem requires employee training and management trust. The current employee empowerment movement promotes exactly that. So showing that you're committed to safety will help build a positive workplace culture. Respect your employees' needs, create clear strategies for employee engagement. Then, mas okay jud if ang mga employee sa company magkasinabot o magkahiusa. So, our next now, guest input is important source of data. While observational method for assessing services quality have their benefits, gathering guest reaction to their services encounters is more appropriate is measuring the customer experience. Techniques to collect data directly from guests vary in cost, convenience, objectively, and statistical validity. So, ang guest input is important source of data is guest data provides insights into their profile type, purchasing behavior, and unique a preference. Therefore, capturing the most relevant data is the key.
I'm Jackson Terrell from Group 5. Employee-generated guest feedback. Employee feedback programs typically involve a structured interview or survey technique through which employees gather customers' perceptions of the service delivery or product. Such immediate feedback allows recovery from service failures while generating information about the quality of the service experience. An employee training should also include appropriate services recovery technique since research confirms the benefits of employee solicitation and resolution of customers' complaints. Employees know that management places greater credibility on services recovery feedback obtained directly from guests. So, next is comment card. Comment cards are at least expensive and least complex service evaluation technique. Using comment cards assembled their comments may be interesting and helpful to management in understanding the statistical process of quality acceptance sampling, although the randomness requirement is difficult to meet. widely used throughout the hospitality industry. Comment cards rely on voluntary customers' participation, guest rate, and quality of the services experienced by responding to a few simple questions on conveniently available form. Most form also allows also allow space for written comments. Positive and negative comments indicate experiences at both above and below the expected quality level. Positive comments provide management with the opportunity to recognize employee excellence. Negative comments can be used in training without mentioning specific employees to illustrate behaviors leading to negative guest experiences. Thus, managers can utilize positive and negative actual guest comments to train employees about services. The greatest disadvantage of comment cards is that respondents may not represent all guests. And the last one is toll-free 800 customer service numbers. Another way of measuring the quality of service is the consumer service 800 number. This common technique invites guest comments and allows hotels to remedy complaints 24 hours a day. However, the convenience of 800 numbers alone is insufficient to ensure a representative response from all types of customers. The company needs also communicate enthusiastic appreciation to customers who called and provide them with feedback about how the company addressed the problem. Next.
So guys, ako di ang next reporter. So my topic is all about survey mailed to guests. Survey methods are available to obtain guest feedback about the quality of the service encountered. Surveying and more expensive techniques than comment cards can yield valid measures of customers of opinion. Service range is sophistication, precision, validity, reliability, complexity, cost, and administration difficult. So available ang mga pamaagi sa survey para makakuha og feedback sa bisita about sa kalidad sa service encountered. Ang pag-survey kuno kay mas mahal iyang pamaagi kaysa sa mga comment card. Kay mas makuha pa og saktong opinion sa customer. So next. So however, many uncontrollable factors can influence customers' responses to unmailed service. Inaccurate and incomplete mailing lists of simple disinterest in commenting can negatively impact response rates. So daghan kuno ang factors ang wala na control sa customers' response to the mailed surveys. Ang dili sakto o kompleto nga mailing list o simple disinterest kay mahimo nga negative o maapekto sa response rate. Next. In addition, although mail surveys are less costly than other service techniques, they are still expensive when questionnaire development, validation, and the expense of data analysis are considered. A good example of a service quality survey is ServQual, developed by Berry and his associate. So ang mga na mail nga survey kay less costly kay sa uban nga survey techniques. Ang halimbawa ani na survey quality kay ServQual. Gi-develop ni Berry og ang iyang mga kauban. Next. So, mao ni ang 5 key service dimensions of the ServQual model. ServQual has been extensively researched to validate its psychometric properties. It measures the way customers perceive the quality of service experience in 5 categories. Ang ServQual kay gi-research jud ni siya aron maibawan ang psychometric properties niya. Ma-measure nimo ang mga customers perceive kay kalidad og sa expensive sa 5 ka categories, which is katong naa sa chart. Mao ni. Mana. Yeah. Sunod. Morning number 1. Reliability. The organization's ability to perform the desired service dependably, accurately, and consistently. So number 2, responsiveness. Its willingness to provide prompt service and help customers. So number 3, assurance. Employees' knowledge, courtesy, and ability to convey trust. So ang ikalima kay empathy. Ay kaupat, empathy. Providing caring, individualized attention to customers. So ikalima mao ni tangibles. The physical facilities, equipment, and appearance of personnel. So mao to ang 5 ka ServQual model. Personal interviews of surveys with guests. Face-to-face interview provide rich information which train interviewers able to detect nuances in responses to open-ended questions. Probe for details about the service experience. Ang personal nga interview or service sa guest nga face-to-face nga interview kay makahatag og daghan nga impormasyon sa mga gitrain sa interviewers. Next. Another variation on the customer service approach is to employ consultant or use employees to function as lobby lizards who ask randomly selected guests their opinion on several key service issues. Ang lain nga variations sa diskarte sa survey sa customers kay ang pag-employ sa consultant or paggamit sa empleyado para mugana ang lobby lizard ua sa mga random selected guests. So, that's all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Kirill Akitapusan from Group 5. Now, I will discuss about using guests in focus groups. So, focus groups gather detailed information on how customers view the service encounter. A focus group is a face-to-face meeting with a sampling of customers. A focus group is a moderated discussion group of anywhere from 6 to 10 participants. Focus groups are one of the most effective and popular market research methods available. And focus group discussions or group dev interviews are among the most widely used research tools. Yes, right? Focus group is one of the methods that will help you gather more information for your customers. It is used to it is very helpful. It will help you learn about your customer needs and perspectives. Also, focus groups also enable your customer to find out more about your company or your business. It is also used to gather qualitative data. They enable users to collect information on anything from products, services, to beliefs and perceptions in order to reveal true customer attitude and opinions. And it is also, focus group takes advantage also of the interaction between small groups of people. Participants will respond to and build on what others in the group have said. It is believed that this approach generates more insightful information, idea, and encourages discussion participants to give more candid answers. Yes. Now, most of the focus groups is generated at least 6 to 10 participants, and this is one of the tools that is very useful when it comes to interviewing some of the customers that you need to gather information or data. Now, here's some example of focus groups. I have here some pictures. Now let's move on to the conducting telephone surveys with guests. A telephone survey is also known as CATI, or computer-assisted telephonic interview, is a research matter where the researcher surveys respondents over the telephone. Telephonic surveys are useful in a more casual setup in cases where respondents may have a direct relationship with the surveying organization. Telephone survey is one of the survey methods used in collecting data either from the general population or from a specific target population. Telephone numbers are utilized by trained interviewers to contact and gather information from possible respondents. Yes, one of the tools that is also convenient when gathering information is telephone surveys. So the difference of focus group and telephone surveys is that focus group is being compensated because of the time that you've given for the day, because you attended this group meeting, you attended this face-to-face meeting even though you're so busy. That's why it is very compensated, since focus group is a very time-consuming and inconvenience for some people who are so busy like that. So it is mostly paid, and unlike telephone survey is a voluntary one. It depends on you if you will conduct or finish the survey, if you will participate in the survey, But some of the survey are being paid also, especially when it's very, very, very long survey. Now, so this is like surveys, telephone surveys, unlike email surveys. Researchers conduct data collection by, conducting phone interviews and punching the responses themselves. KD is very similar to paper surveys, except that the researcher punches together responses to a survey link on a computer. So through telephone survey, you cannot alter or modify the research questionnaire and has to follow a specific script for the telephonic survey in order not to change or fake the survey, in order also not to bias the survey. So you need a specific script to follow and to respond it quickly or respond it in the right way. Now, so this way, most of the people find this convenient because some of the people are just have their phone in their bag, or some people just bring their phone in their hands and they can just answer it right away, and if ever they're interested or not, they will answer the survey. So that is more convenient than focus group. But both focus group and telephone survey gathered a lot of information through this survey tool, survey thingy, or survey method. Now, let's move on to the advantage of telephone surveys and disadvantage. So most of the advantage of telephone survey is, unlike emails, emails gather quicker responses, especially when the audience is vast and does not belong to a research panel. Telephonic surveys are more expressive than email surveys, thus adding a personal touch and capturing more responses. CATIs are more profitable considering the high response rate compared to web surveys. Yes, so unlike email surveys, phone interviews are more quicker respond. They respond more quicker. You can gather more information quicker than the emails or web surveys, because email surveys are being ignored of some people, since most of the people are not really interested with a survey. And most and but through phone, it is very, you can express more about your opinion or feedbacks about the products or services that you have with a certain company or business. And also it is most, and even though it's a phone survey, it is also has a high responses rate. Most of the people response of the phone survey, especially if they're not busy, or they being pushed too much by the interviewer to conduct this quick survey like that. And some of the disadvantages of cell phone surveys are sometimes cell phone calls are perceived as telemarketing, does negatively received by potential respondents. This might influence your response rate. It can be challenging to design an effective phone survey because the questions need to be short and precise for easy comprehension. Timing must be carefully considered. The administrator and supervisor should monitor both time of the call and length of the actual interviews. Yes, one of the very disadvantage of this phone survey is that most of the people think we're calling to sell them anything. They thought we're a telemarketer who will sell any products that they don't need. So that's why most of the people will just hang up on the phone interviews and just won't be interested like that. They will just, I'm not interested with this phone call, the sale. I know you're selling anything and I don't want it. People will just like that. Now, it is also challenging for a researcher to design a short survey, since most of the surveys are very lengthy, because we're doing a survey here. We're capturing a lot of the information and data from a certain customer or people that we are that the target people that we need. So that's why it is very also challenging to conduct or to design a very short survey. But some of it there's a short survey, and some are very lengthy also. Now, most of the survey also is monitored by supervisors. Yes, especially since the supervisor needs to know the time and the time of the call, and how many minutes does the survey finish while doing the actual interview. So it is very important for supervisor to know this and to know that you're doing the proper way of interviewing a respondent. So I guess that's all the things that I need to discuss. I hope you learned something. Thank you for listening, and I guess that's all. Have a great one. Bye bye.
Good day everyone, I'm Ma.Famela from Group 5, and my topic is using mystery shoppers to evaluate service. Mystery shoppers provide management with an objective snapshot of the service experience. While posing as guests, these trains observe methodically samples both the service product and its delivery, and then compile the detailed reports of their service encounters. And also mystery shoppers can also observe other properties in a particular market and systematically gathered information on competitors, service level, facilities, prices, and special package. Some hotels employ mystery shoppers to test the ability of their own organizations to respond to anticipated service problem and services delivery failures. Measuring ay, mystery shoppers is a method of testing the quality of service. It can be used to test the quality of product, customer service, or employee performance. The company or management select test customers to evaluate their own service quality. These evaluations use the service of a mystery shoppers or an individual who act as a consumers assigned to purchase goods and services. And overall, mystery shoppers has been used to objectively measure whether employee follows the visions of the company quality service standards. It then creates a feedback loop that allow companies to train their employee or to consistently deliver quality services. The second topic is measurement that fits must be found. Cost and level expertise used to gather data vary also. An important question to ask is who should be used to collect data, employee, consultants, or professional survey research organizations. Tinganin siya. So, in collecting data, dili ra jud ang employee may mag-collect og mga informations, dili ra pod ang consultants, and also dili ra pod ang professional survey research organization. Silang tulo pwede gid na silang mag-collect og data ang magkanda. So second is consultants and survey organizations, though costly, are better able to gather and interpret sophisticated data. Selections of professional survey organizations should be based on their industry experience and the quality reputation for information gathered and reporting accuracy. Hotels and companies should conduct a data or survey about their hotel to know the sales and performance of their hotels. Large multi-unit hotel chains may need information to be generalized across the wide populations more than a small property with a limited number of guests. As a rule, the more representative, extensive, and costly measurements technique are more generalizable to a wider customer base. Regardless of the evaluation technique, selections to measure service quality. One thing is certain, guests evaluate property service every time the service is delivered, forming distinct opinion about its effectiveness. So, ang hotel, 'di ba ang sa guest kataganan nila og evaluation sa pagstay nila sa hotel. Kung ang hotel ba kay kanang okay ang facilities, ang service, ang mga product nga ilang ni-serve, mao nang ang hotel is na sila ihatag sa kanang sa guest para sad makahibaw ang hotel kung okay ba ang performance nila. Hotels, like all hospitality organizations that aspire to excellence in guest service, must constantly assess the quality of their service experience through their customers' eyes. Manager of hotels striving for excellence need to ask the right questions at the right time of the right guest to obtain the information necessary to ensure service that meet exceeds guest expectation. So, ang sa manager jud kay kanang tanawon pud nila daan usa ang tawo nga ilang pangutanon nila survey kung okay ba siya pangutan kay basing naggisapot na or kanang nagdali. So, before jud nimo siya kanang pangutanon kung okay ba ang hotel ana dapat i-ensure jud nimo nga ang guest wala siya nagdali or wala siya gisapot. And that's all. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erica A. De Lima, and I am the last reporter of Group 5. And for today's afternoon, I am going to tackle the summary of the measuring and controlling quality in tourism and hospitality services. So, service is defined as any primary or complementary activities does not directly produce a physical product. That is, the non-goods part of the transactions between buyer, customer, and seller or provider. Real estate, financial services, retailers, transportations, and public utility organizations are generally considered service firms. So, so ang ilang service is like wala ra sila nag-focus sa ilahang product but nag-focus sad sila sa ilahang employees on how they handle their customer, buyer, seller, provider, or the retailers of that services. Quality in services is important in today's business environment because poor services often leads to the lost customers, up to 35% per year, and therefore lost income. Employees need information technology as a tool of providing quality service in today's fast-moving business environment. Intelligent use of information technologies improves quality and productivity and also leads to competitive advantage, especially when technology is used to better serve the customer. So, importante jud nga ato silang hatagan og good quality and services because kay kung dili nato sila matagan og good service kanang naay tsansa nga ang customer naay chance nga mawad-an og customer then isa pa diha kanang dili ra sad ikaw ang nag-offer na nga product but daghan ka og kakompetensya. Yeah, of course, with the needed information and help of technology plus factor kaayo sa business. Kay aside nga magpadali ang trabaho para sad ma-improve nato ang quality and production which leads to serve the customers better. So, thank you. So, I guess di pa rin mao na pa rin sunod. So, let's continue. So, the K business supports activities play a role of sustaining qualities as follows. Financial studies. Number 1. Financial studies can help expose the cost of poor quality and ways of reducing it. Accounting data are useful for identifying areas for quality improvement and tracking the progress of quality improvement. Financial and accounting personnel can also apply quality improvement techniques to improve their own operations. Number 2, human resource management. Human resource managers must ensure that employees have the proper skills, training, and motivation to do quality work, and that they are recognized as rewarded for such. TRI must also be given the authority and responsibility to make critical quality decisions when necessary. 3. Quality assurance specialists in quality assurance departments. Assist managers by performing tasks such as statistical tests or data analysis. Special statistical studies and analysis and may be assigned to work for the manufacturing or business support functions. It must be remembered that a firm quality assurance department cannot guarantee quality. Its proper role effort toward this goal. 4. Legal service personnel in the legal department attempt to guarantee that the firm complies with laws and regulations regarding such things as a product labeling, packaging, safety is the contractual requirements and develop proper procedures and documentation used in the event of liability claims against it. So, thank you.